I'm stupid?
You're stupid.
How am I stupid?
This is like completely unscripted, this entire
This
thing.
definitely should have been.
Scripted?
Maybe.
You were the one that's supposed to write it then.
Well, you know what?
Speaking of scripts,
That's stupid.
you know, Pastrami on Rye, another one of Noah's originals.
Yeah, I would hope so.
We don't even have a release date yet.
No.
But it's gonna be like almost right after this video.
Yeah.
It's been long awaited. And
So true.
Yeah, but anyways, so I'm gonna get started on you, and then we can talk about me after.
Okay.
But Pastrami on Rye, what inspired it? Because I remember you approached me during lunch with the script. So tell me about that. And we were having Pastrami on Rye that day too, right? In the caf?
I think so.
Or it was like previous to that.
It was something,
really
yeah.
close. It's like one of the only times our caf has had Pastrami on Rye. But tell me about it.
It was inspired out of boredom. I was writing a lot because last semester at least we had a lot of classes that were like that didn't feel like anything. Our first year sem class was like just an hour of like nothing, and so I was like, I do what writers do, and I was like, I'm gonna write right now. And then I was also in this other class where I was not engaging with the material, so I was like, I'm gonna waste my time doing something else. And so I pitched you a couple different scripts, and I was like, and also this one, and that was the one you picked.
Yeah. I mean, our DP, Emily, also really liked the script too. She said, and I quote,
And I quote,
I cried.
end quote,
Yeah.
in caps.
Like, you know, Jesus wept. Like,
Yeah,
I cried.
I cried.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a really, really good script, and I remember really enjoying it. So I think that was the one we selected to make. And it was like a little pushback a little bit because of just like logistical stuff. And
End
it
of
was, like,
semester
winter
stuff, we were all
break,
like, yeah, we're going home for
finals
Christmas and
stuff, or
finals and stuff, yeah.
But yeah, what inspired you for the script?
Yeah.
Other than boredom.
Yeah. A lot of it was born out of like, I don't know. You just start writing and, you know, you're like, okay, who are the, like, where am I and who are these two characters? And so it was just, it starts because a lot of the script is just them talking back and forth. Yeah. And so it took me maybe like 3 or 4 pages before I realized what the story actually was of just them talking back and forth. And then, you know, it was editing, like in the script it mentions at the top, like, James's character has a briefcase at his feet. And I added that later because I was like, oh, I know what this is about now. I have to go back and make sure it's all foreshadowed.
So you discover the story as you write it?
Usually, yeah. I do not do a lot of outlining.
Yeah, because a lot of like writers, they put together like an outline, like a show bible almost, but like for films and stuff like that.
I have found that when I do that, I'm not speaking for all writers, but when I do that, I get a lot less actual writing done because I'm second guessing all my choices as I'm doing that. And so I find it's better to commit to a choice and then go back later with the whole thing finished and be like, okay, this choice needs to change.
Gotcha. So other than the briefcase, what was something else like you added post like finishing?
I think I inserted a lot more of the waitress because like the whole point of her character is to like keep putting off the reveal in the center of the story. And so I think I went back and added more scenes of her being like, do you guys want drinks, like refills, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what like prevented you from adding more locations? Because it's literally 2 locations, or technically 3 with the car at the end, but.
I thought it would be more interesting if it was just the couple of places. And obviously for logistics, that's useful too, especially on a student film budget, which is like, you know, whatever we've got lying around or whatever you've got lying around. So that was easy. And then, yeah, like the idea of these two, their final meeting is like this place specifically, was interesting to me. And then, because they're talking the whole time, they're reminiscing about places that you don't get to see, but you understand that those places mean things to them because of the way they respond to each other. Like James's character at one point goes, you know, oh, like that one time with the shopping cart, and you have to fill in the blank because that's how people like actually talk to each other. It's like, oh, you remember that one time with that thing? And they don't explain the story.
Yeah. And they get it though because they experienced it.
Yeah.
So there are 2 characters. Steven and Jake. I know previously you mentioned that you usually write stories that you can kind of relate to, like make characters that are relatable. Which one do you feel like you relate to more? Or the waitress.
Yeah. On the page, I'm definitely more Jake. The script had a lot. The version of Jake in the script and the version that James plays they're both different, but one is not necessarily better than the other. And so on the script, I was a lot more like Jake, but in practice, I think I'm more like Steven in the way Andreas plays him, sort of like bigger and a lot of like.
Roles are reversed.
Yeah. Like.
Roles are reversed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Andreas.
Oh.
Andreas is Jake. James is Steven.
You know what? We're gonna leave that in. It's genuine, you know?
Technically, you're not on the production side,
right?
So you don't have to know who talent is.
Yeah.
It's over, and I still get them confused.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, it's because like the J is not the J.
Yeah, the J. That's yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm more like James on the page, and then I'm more like Andreas in the actual cut of the film.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of more questions to come up with on the spot. This is completely unscripted. I just
Literally
came off
unscripted.
a different set.
Yeah.
We set up a light and the camera, and we were rolling as we go.
Yep.
So go ahead and ask me some questions. and
Yeah.
I'll see if I can
So
think of any more.
this script is a lot of like two people sitting, which when I presented it to you, you were like, oh, this is how do I make this like visually interesting?
Yeah.
So what was like you and Emily, you guys got together. What was that challenge like attacking like two people sitting for upwards of 10 pages
Yeah.
basically?
It was definitely a challenge, and Emily will say so herself. But it's really difficult nowadays because our attention span is way shorter, which we talked about in history of television and digital media today. But yeah, so the way we lose attention within every 45 seconds, which has decreased the film industry's shot time from 12 seconds to 2.5 seconds.
Weird.
Yeah, so every shot you see in a film will be either at most 2.5 seconds or less, each shot type. So it'll cut to a different angle. And I think we really practice that in this film too. Although it's not every 2.5 seconds, but we try to get a lot of coverage of just a lot of different angles and stuff like that to try to make it look more entertaining to the viewers and stuff. You'll see a lot of like cinematic shots, which you won't usually see in like diner scenes or like one-on-one conversations like that. But we try to make that our goal of trying to get some pretty nice angles, pretty cool shots. Even though at the end of the day, it is just two people having a conversation.
Right.
We shot-listed for this for like, 4 hours about at a coffee shop. We had like 2 drinks each. I had a bagel. She had like a different pastry. It was a long 4 hours of just creating a huge shot list for literally a one-on-one conversation.
Yeah.
So we try to make it as entertaining as possible. I think it turned out pretty well. The shots, stuff, it looks pretty.
I think it's well shot.
Yeah, and then you get some nice, cinematic shots of like a glass and stuff like that. It's pretty entertaining. We definitely got to practice cinematography for us. Yeah, so it was a long shot listing day, 4 hours, but we got some nice shots, I think.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, okay. So my other question, I guess, is about like casting. Like, how did you approach that process? Because it was different because we had like 3 people. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just different for every project because every character requires something different.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
So firstly, we had Allie because we have to have Allie and everything. It's in our contract.
She gets mad at us if we don't.
She'll actually like murder us if we don't cast her. So we had to have her in something, and we didn't want to change. We didn't want to gender bend, so we were like, oh, just throw in a waitress.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the waitress. No, okay. I was gonna say I think the waitress was a waiter at one point, but that is incorrect.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We like to cast Allie and everything, but she's a really good actress and a talented person. But for Jake and Steven, it was a little bit more different. We were looking for guys that we haven't worked with yet. We want to expand our casting list. So we started looking around. Logan, our gaffer, recommended Andreas because he helps him self-tape and stuff for other roles. So he's like, oh, we should reach out to Andreas. And then I did, and he read the script. He really liked it. He enjoyed it. And he especially liked how it was a dialogue
like centric.
heavy film and stuff. So I met with him on a FaceTime or Zoom call or something like that, and we were running through lines. I was like, I really like it. Casting.
Yeah.
Yes, casting.
So we got Andreas.
Yeah, so we had Andreas. I met with him, did a brief table read. I read in for Steven, and then we were thinking about guys that he can work with and have good chemistry with. And we were running through a couple guys, and then James's name came up. I never met James.
I also
I've
had
heard
never met
plentiful
James.
of him though. He has a lot of upperclassmen friends and stuff because of his siblings. So I met with him in person and we hit it off really well. Or I texted him first and he said, send me the script. I said, okay. And he sent it, he loved it. We met up over coffee and then we just really hit it off. Super great dude. He's awesome.
Man Crush Monday.
Literally.
And then the hashtag's gonna come up on screen.
Nope. But yeah, so that's how I found the two, and then we just kept on talking, making sure everything was good, and then we had a full table read, and everyone's chemistry was on point. The table read went amazing, and their performance was amazing. So
And you brought donuts.
I did bring donuts.
The really impressive thing about the table read is in the short, there's a scene where they have to say the same thing at the same time,
Yes,
and they
yeah.
no practice, like no me going like 1, 2, 3
Literally.
at the same time said the line, and
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay.
It was literally on point, and it was insane. So that's how I knew that we chose the right cast.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so with casting, you also have to find a crew, and what does that look like crewing?
So the great thing about ING is that we have a set principal crew. So we have a gaffer, we have a DP, we have a sound guy,
Yeah.
sound operator, which is actually insane. In the first edit, I forgot to credit him, but we're gonna move past that.
That's evil.
We're gonna move past that. Forgive, forget. But
Yep.
yeah. So we had principal cast or principal crew like that. It was just finding like ACs, kind of. It was just finding other assisted crew that was not difficult, but definitely more on the challenging side. And then we wanted
Awesome.
PD to set deck, and it was just like a lot of networking. You know?
Yeah, for
It's-
sure.
That's the industry. It's just networking.
The thing I'm bad at.
Yeah.
In the industry, there's two kind of people. There's the people who can like really network like nobody's business, and then there's the people who are head down, do the work, and then get out. And
Us.
we're yeah.
ING. But yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it was just a lot of networking, finding people who know people who know people. And we were able to find it. We had an amazing PD, Tawny Green, which we worked with again, and hopefully we'll continue to work with.
she
We
did great.
had a lot of great, amazing, hardworking grips. And then, our producer, Juliet. Honestly, amazing.
It would not have gotten done without her.
No, literally. So it's like the train, and like she's the one that connects,
Yeah.
like from thing to thing, from cargo to cargo. And then we had Gabe Noel as our AD.
I love that guy.
They came up with like this sheets that like designated like shot up by times for each and stuff, and it was amazing. It was
Incredible.
so crazy. But yeah, it was just like that crew that really got us through the day, and it was a pretty brutal shoot.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so getting to production, I famously fell ill on the second day. What did I miss?
Oh my gosh, you missed so we had 2 days. We ended each day with the diner scenes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think back. Were there
This was forever ago.
Yeah, were there any funny memories, funny moments that happened when he was
ING
missing?
funny moments.
Ooh, second channel.
And then someone fell asleep.
Oh my gosh, were you there for that?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I showed up for the last shot. I showed up for the last shot. I pulled myself out of bed. I was exhausted. I was like sweating. It was. I felt horrible. Like honestly.
Yeah. We'll get into that later, but so we were shooting, called camera rolling, sound speeding. I call action.
Dialogue.
And then dialogue was moving. I was like so focused on that. And then in the corner of my ear, I hear, and then we all turned and one of our grips is knocked out in his chair leaning back and everything. It's like straight out of a movie.
Evil.
And then he wakes up. His snore woke himself up, and he woke up. He's like, I am so sorry. And then I was dying. I forgot to call cut and everything. We all just started cracking up.
That's awesome.
But it was literally, that was definitely something.
Okay, yeah, because when I came to check in for the last shot, because I
No,
was
you
demanded.
didn't come, yeah, Caden went and got you.
Caden went and got me.
Our BTS
He yelled at me, and I pulled myself out of bed, and I walk in, and our friend Gideon is doing my job. He's doing script soup. And I look over at his script, and he's drawn Batman on my script. And I also doodle on my script.
Yeah.
But it was like an intense drawing of Batman. I was like, wow. All right.
No, we needed script soup, not really for like continuity or anything like that, but to help the guys with their
Yeah,
lines.
it's very
They
dialogue
were
heavy.
off book for the most part, but like small lines like that and just like stuff we need to make note on,
Yeah.
I can't do while also directing. So we
Yep.
needed a script soup. And I was like looking around, and I think we pulled Gideon. It started off with Caleb, and then we pulled Gideon to do script soup. And he was like, what do I do? And I'm like, just like follow along with their lines, and if there's anything they say wrong, mark it. And then he's like, okay. And then I didn't know about the Batman. I gotta take a look at that. Do we still have that
I don't
copy?
think so. I don't think so, unfortunately.
I think I keep I have a drawer just full of like all of our scripts
Yeah.
and like props and stuff.
It-
But
He draws this like really intense muscular Mickey Mouse everywhere.
yeah,
If you've seen that,
I've
it's
seen that.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
draws.
him?
Yeah, that's him. He draws this. I wonder if we can get a picture. He draws this this Mickey Mouse that's like really muscular, and he calls it Mickey Mass, and so if you've seen that, that is also how he draws Batman. Just imagine Batman's face where Mickey's is.
You guys need to see Gideon. Oh, he's gonna be in our next film.
Yeah,
But yeah, he is this 6'6" tall, bearded, like almost shredded man.
Yeah, he's really
But he is the sweetest guy ever.
gentle
He's
giant
like,
for sure.
Hey guys. His personality does not match his
No,
physique
yeah.
at all.
It's-
But he's awesome. He was a grip that day, and then he turned into script soup.
Yep.
Yeah. Bro has like one job on set. Like
I have to lock in somehow. You know, I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but like it is that
hasn't
thing
been
where it's like
diagnosed about a lot of things.
I need things going in order to focus. I think what it really is my parents, when I was like 9 or 10, showed me this TED talk about this guy who's like, oh, when you doodle on things, like you remember what you're taking notes on better. Like, because your brain associates the information with the image that you doodled. And so like if you're learning math, like a particular math principle, link it to this
I've
house
heard
drawing.
that same thing about with bubble gum though. Like,
interesting.
You chew bubble gum, and then like if you chew it again on the exam or something, you like draw it back.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this guy, his job ends pretty much in pre-production because
Pre-production, honestly.
Yeah.
The production doesn't really start before you have a script. So
That's true. Yeah. Like even before pre-production his job ends, and that's literally all he's good for with ING and
True.
the thumbnails.
ish.
Again,
I don't claim to be a graphic designer, but I have
we need
Photoshop.
thumbnails. And he's better than me, so I gave it to him.
Yes.
Not anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna find one, a thumbnail. Well, we have found one. But yeah, so this guy, he's either taking Pepto-Bismol, he has this posture, sorry Seth, but he has this posture like arched over or something like that, and it's
I hit the Shinji, you know.
I have to put a picture of him at church. We go to church together. It'll be right here. I have so many pictures of him just arched over, literally like, it's like a triangle almost. You can make a triangle out of it. I put the ruler over the edit part on photos, and it's a straight line. His back, he has perfect posture when he's hunched over. So,
That's that Lego posture.
yeah, no, like bend it over, that's his back.
It's so funny because I do the same thing at my church at home. So when my parents see this, they're gonna be like, "Yup."
Yeah, it's so like bad. So I'm like always locked in on set, and every once in a while I'll look over at Noah and I give him like the approval look or something like that, and he's always either hunched over, taking some type of drug for his poor health, or he's drawing doodles on his script soup folder. And I go over there and it's like the margins are just full of doodles of his own, and I'm like, what is going on?
A script has a lot of margin. You know, there's a lot of space to write.
I'm like stressing out on set, like holding my Celsius, like in sweat and tears. I look over, he's just doodling in his notebook. And I'm like, bro.
One of us has got to be chilled, you know?
He is definitely the level-headed one. So when everyone is like stressed out running around, we have like 5 minutes before we got to wrap up. He's always the one's like,
Good job, guys. Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, you got to have that.
yeah.
It's the two parents thing. Yeah. I felt so bad. I legitimately did. I was like, I feel horrible. I conscripted all these people into this thing on some level, and then I'm not even there to finish it.
Yeah. It's
I
okay, you got it,
drank probably 8 bottles of water that day trying to like heal, and it did not work.
You took bottles from set, right?
Yeah, I did. I told Seth, I was like, go get me water from set. Like,
But yeah, so our
Yeah.
location is in our dorm.
yeah.
So on the 3rd level, there's like this lounge. We call it the study lounge, but we're the last group to film in the study lounge for good reason. But yeah, it looks like a cafe-esque vibe, so we decided to shoot in there. Like Noah said, we're on like a tight budget, so can't really go off campus. Had to get permit for that, but yeah. So and it's on the same floor as his room, so
Yeah.
he's like literally down the hall.
Yep.
That's why like
I
our
know where he lives.
Oh,
Come find
no.
me. I'm leaving, you know, in like a month.
That is true.
Less.
But yeah, it was a fun set. It was 2 full days. Yeah, it was pretty chaotic. We had a lot to shoot and not a lot of time. I remember because Read Me was like 12 shots total, I think.
12 seats?
No, 12.
Like shots.
Wait, shot?
It was like
It was not a lot.
it was very. Oh, sorry, Seth. I just yanked on my lob, but.
Don't worry, I've been hearing it for the last 10 minutes.
It's all going in.
Let me pull up our shot list.
It's significantly shorter. Because the script's also significantly shorter.
Yeah.
Pastrami on Rye is a little less than 75 shots. Read Me shot list was 16 shots.
16.
No, 15.
15.
Shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, because we have the 2 oneers that are on the dolly.
On the dolly.
Also,
But yeah, so 75 shots, 15 shots, and we were exhausted after Read Me. So we were like, there's no way. And we got it done in the same amount of days.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, it was insane. But my reasoning was it was a lot of small, short scenes. We had to or shots, and we had a lot of little pickup shots
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, we grinded that day, and we got it done. I don't think we skipped over any shots, right? Oh, we did? How many? Yeah, it was like
3 max.
less than a handful.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty fun set. But yeah, I think Noah, to wrap it up as a writer, can you give a short summary or incentive for
Yeah.
our
Um,
audience to watch?
read me.
Not
Me.
Read Me. That is out. That is
Also
out.
watch that. But
That's our most viewed video.
which is crazy to think about.
Insane.
Pastrami on Rye is the story of 2 friends who are on different paths in life, and you get to see how that affects their friendship.
Yeah.
And more than that, you don't get to see the sandwich at all.
Yeah, but I think that's like symbiotic, or not symbiotic. Symbiotic is on my mind. I was about to say something about
Yeah.
that, but it's symbolic in its own way. You
Yeah.
know? It's like their friend. Nope. It's like
It's like a sandwich.
It's up to interpretation.
Yeah.
so. Tell us why you think.
Tell
the
us
pastrami
down
on
below.
rye
Yeah, tell us
isn't in the film.
in the
Yeah.
comments.
Because it is very intentional.
It's
and
intentional.
I have a reason for it.
We have different reasons actually,
Yeah.
which is crazy. So
We see that a lot with us. I interpret your stories very differently. Like I thought of their relationship as their friendship as a very symbiotic relationship, friendship between them two. So let's see if you guys can see that as well.
yeah.
But that's how I interpret it. I don't know if Noah had that in mind at all.
My thought was, one of these guys clearly needed the other one more. But you'll see it when you watch it.
Yeah.
When you watch it, you will watch it.
When you watch it. Do we think this Pastrami on Rag can get us to 1,000 views?
I think it's a possibility.
Yeah.
I think it's distinct possibility.
We'll see. ReadMe has a little over 800, almost 900. So we'll see. We'll see. That'd be crazy.
What if I call them ING Army?
No, that is too much like BTS.
Let's go ING Army.
And
Let's
no
get
BTS.
there.
I'm
I'm sorry, Seth. I'm doing this now.
Our sound guy is like miserable right now.
Wait, I'll do it again. How's this sound?
Anyways, so
Let's
that's
end it.
it for this chatting with the bosses.
We're the bosses,
Yeah.
and you chatted.
And we are
Well, we chatted,
chatting.
and,
Yeah.
and that's it.
But chat with us in the chat. Chat. Let's go. Anyways, do we have an outro? Do we want to do like that?
Bye, ING Army.
Nope.
And then we leave.
Nope. Yeah, I'm definitely leaving.
Wait, come back.
And that's a cut.
No.
Bro, please. Please.
The battery stayed in though.
Can you guys say bye?
Oh, bye guys. Oh. Bye guys.
No, we're gonna get up and we're gonna leave, and that's
Oh,
it.
that's it.
That's it.
Oh.
That's where the cut's gonna be in the edit.
Anyways.
Okay, cut.
That's
No,
a cut.
we have one more.